Want to Be a Rockette, Jill Day.
Thank you, Madam Contest Master and fellow Toastmasters. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a Rockette. Other little girls in ballet class, they wanted to dance the Swan Queen in Swan Lake or the Sugar Plum Fairy in Nutcracker, but not me. Something about blending in, looking like 39 other women in a uniform corps at the Rockette line really appealed to me. And I knew the trick to becoming a Rockette was to achieve perfect precision, to conform to the line of ladies dancing. So I practiced my whole life. I practiced my low kicks, I practiced my medium kicks, I practiced my high kicks. You thought I was going to do a high kick, didn't you? I practiced my 1,000-watt Rockette smile in front of the mirror. I got out my protractor and I measured the angle of my legs to make sure they were regulation Rockette angle. When I was in high school, I joined the high school kick line. We performed at halftime during football games. One year, our team went to the state championship, and our kick line kicked so high and so hard, we knocked out the other team's quarterback, and our team won state. Finally, I was 18 years old and old enough to try out. My audition invitation came in the mail, and my parents bought me a plane ticket to New York City. Now, before I could go to New York, I had to buy a toothbrush, so I went to Target. One thing you should know about dancers is that we're kind of klutzy. Something about moving around to choreography makes us incapable of movement in real life. So I marched up to Target and I opened the door, bam! Right into my face. By the time I got home, I had a pretty big shiner. I saw myself in the mirror and I cried to my mom, I can't try out for the Rockettes like this. I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb. We tried covering it up with makeup, but that just made it worse. So my parents, they sat me down and they told me, look, you've been practicing your whole life. Just smile your Rockette smile, kick your Rockette kicks, and nobody's going to notice. So the next day, heeding my parents' advice, I got on the plane to New York. When I got to New York, it was pretty late. So really all I had time to do was check into my hotel and try to get some beauty sleep. Now the hotel was pretty small, kind of like the New York small hotel size, which means you have to step up onto the bed to get the door closed. And the bed itself is wedged in between the wall to the bathroom and the wall to the outside. So I climbed into bed and I tried to get my beauty sleep, but I wasn't having any of it. I tossed and I turned. At one point, I tossed myself so hard, I went bam, right into the wall. By the time I got out of bed, I had given myself another pretty big shiner. When I saw myself in the mirror, I couldn't believe it. I looked like a monster. I wanted to call my parents and tell them I was coming back home, but I knew what they would say. So I put on my Rockette smile and my Rockette kicks, and I went and I got a cab to Radio City Music Hall. When I got to the audition, there were hundreds of girls there. They lined us up and they taught us the choreography, and we kicked along the way. And throughout the day, the producers would watch us and they'd make cuts and send some ladies home. I was really feeling it though. I was kicking so high, I smashed the light and they had to move us out to a different studio. By the end of the afternoon, I was still one of the contestants. I was so excited. The last step was that the producers would take us to a room and interview us. When it was my turn, the producer sat me down and they said, Jill, you're too tall to be a Rockette. I was crushed. Why had they kept me around all day if I was too tall to be a Rockette? But the producer kept talking. He said, we kept you around all day because we think you're a terrific dancer. And I don't know, there's just something about you. We're producing a musical based on a Disney movie, and we think you could be the star. And I thought, me? The star? All my life, I thought I was supposed to blend in, to be part of this line of 40 other women who look just like me. And here I'm being given this opportunity to be a star. I said, "Thank you, Mr. Producer. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I won't let you down." And I stood up to shake his hand and walk out. And before I did, I said, "By the way, what's the name of this musical?" And he said to me, "Kung Fu Panda."